This is how the bow looks like. And this is how it shoots like. Nice one. Welcome back, Malta Archery. In these nice times, another review. This bow came from Indonesia, from Numair Archery. I should receive two of them. One is the special made for me asymmetrical crabby bow, and the other one is a new prototype from them, slightly asymmetrical. But I only received one today. The next one will come most probably tomorrow. So that's why today we have one to show and to pick up. If it's a crabby bow, of course, you will get a comparison to the normal crabby bow. But first, let's see which one we got today. And I have to say, they shipped it on Tuesday. Today's Friday. It's already here. Insanely fast. DHL, good job. Always well packed here. Huh? Crabby bow, interesting, asymmetrical, and with a guitar handle, they call it. It's simply a narrower arrow shelf than normal. These are the two things I asked them if they want to do it. And then they built one, but they said it's quite complicated to make it, so it will remain a one type thing. Still the prototype, not completely done, so we will see what we get now. Yeah, of course. So, looking good, looking good. It is the prototype of the new one. Yeah, that's fine. So it's not the asymmetrical crabby bow, it's the new one, and I can tell you a little bit about it. I'm only an archer. So, looks already promising. Now we need to get rid of this piece of, so, let me quickly put this plastic away. Look at this pretty bow. So it's still a little rough finished, they said, so it's not completely done. Looks very good. I have not a lot of informations. Not even a draw weight, but we get this. So this is a prototype of the Bhanasphati version 3. They renamed it now in Go Rona bow. It's an asymmetrical bow, laminated, has 3 layers and has more fiberglass in the limbs than wood to make it more, so it's a traditional normal laminated bow, but with more fiberglass than wood. The sears are laced in usually like you know it, there's glass and the wood in the middle, but not the handle. But I don't know what they did with the handle because you can't see it. There's a nice leather rib handle, then you have this leather as a narrow pass, handle is quite big, and then here you have some hemp or natural twining here and here for protection purpose. Knocks, everything looks very good. We have some more string bridges there. This is the bow. Looking good. You see. Oh, maybe. We don't know. But we do what we always do. I don't know now the max draw lengths and nothing of this bow, but we simply see roughly what we get. They said it might still have a little hand shock because it's not the refined last version, so it's simply an iteration. 50.5 inches from nock to nock. Asymmetrical, and last in the video I told you why I think asymmetrical bows are beneficial, especially when they are quite short. But let's string it. So we have a lot of flex which we have to overcome first. The handle is not very beneficial for that, but once you get the hang of it, you get the hang of it. Ooh. So now we have it. Look at this pretty bow. You see the asymmetrical shape? There's even a reinforcement here on the string. The strings, is this a knocking point maybe? Maybe even a knocking point. So, brace height seems very short. My God, are we done now? 5.25 inches brace height. So, might get a little tight there when you're down to Katra. Nice bow. Handle feels totally cool. This is a really, really nice handle. So, you see that? So 28 is okay, 29. I would say max draw 30. It's a laminated bow. not a fiberglass bow, so I would not overdo it. So, but this arrow is 30.5 inches. So I think, yes, this twine here is for, see that? It's a 30.5 inch arrow. Ho ho. So, let's shoot it. Now first things first, as we don't have a lot of information, it's 35 pounds. So 30 seems easy, and you have 40 pounds. So, and now you see the benefit of asymmetrical, that you have the arrow closer to the geometrical center of the bow, because the handle is a little more down there. That's why slight asymmetrical makes sense to me. So at 28 this bow looks still nice, even if there is already quite a sharp corner. We have at 28 already more than 60-degree string angle. So I guess at 26 or something you have 60-degree string angle. So 30 would be there, but doable. But I think we stick with this bow with our 29-inch range arrows. They should be fine for 35 pounds. Then we are in a little under 10 grain, which feels just nice. Draw experience is really nice. It's here, you feel it here a little, and then it goes back here smooth. And then from there on it starts stacking. But the bow is straight. Our range arrows. So first of all, this bow would be easy to use for this kind of shooting. So, but you know, I explained it what I think of it. Works. This way around, a little more tricky because it gets a little bulky down there, but it's doable. So even this way works, and every other way will work too. So, shoots very nice. I have this lightweight 30 inches. This is 340 grain. We draw now a little more. Now, Katra, there's built in Katra. This arrow is 30 inches, but it's a little heavy. I think it's almost 400 grain. No problem. Only for, I don't know how it feels, the Sungur. Oh, nice. They really fly good, these arrows. Even when you only draw them 30 inches, wow. Out of the boxer group, but today I don't show it to you. I like this bow. Has something to it. Of course, the max draw, I don't know, I don't want to overdraw it now. Maybe, Numair, you want to tell me what the max draw is of this, but I think at 30 inches you max it out. Stiff, oh, totally, in this direction, totally stiff. So because of, they have a lot of fiber, a lot of glass in it, and only a little bit of wood, so that's why quite stiff bow. Different arrow length, different spine, different weight. Another time. Knocking point underneath, huh? Works. Sungu works very good. I only think I like the small Kotchnooks more, but that's me. So, spine, cock feather, as long as the arrow is stiff enough and heavy enough for your bow, can be more stiff. Cock feather can be wherever it wants to be. When you perform katra in the little string twist, no problem whatsoever. Now the sun came out a little. doesn't stop us from shooting. I mean, why should it? So, there, better, good. Zoom. Range arrows, 20 meters. And when I say range arrows, I mean these cheap carbon arrows from Verpo, the Black Pentalon Bandit. They have a spine of 600, GPI 5.8, so they have 320 grains roughly, and they are 29 inches. Nice, you saw that flight. 30, a bit low. Oh, goes there, almost. Oh yeah, goes there. The 30.5 inch, 340 grain. Oh yeah, look at this. 400 grain, 30 inch. Ooh, a little too high. And the long ones, Sungur. Oh, a little to the right. Tip is loose, mister. Oh, a bit to the right. Yeah, arrow shelf is not so narrow. That's why I hope that my crappy custom made has a narrow arrow shelf, because when the brace head is very short, the wider the shelf, you need to compensate for it. So you need to get used to it. It takes a few shots. 35 pounds at 28. They are 320 grain and 29 inches long. At 30 inches we have 40 pounds, so it's 37 pounds roughly, and 320 grain. Which feels totally good with this bow. Doesn't feel like dry firing or something. 175. Oh, 140. $161. Now we have 30.5 inches and it's 340 grain. 164. 400 grain, 30 inches. 147, yeah, that slows down. It's too heavy. They are 400 grain too. Only one. 149, yeah, okay, we should too, because it's so much fun to break my arrows back there. Oh yeah, 153, so we're getting there. So we shoot the short ones again. 151. I think there's more possible. And oh, 178. Every little bit of draw counts. 158. A 30.5 inch. 157. So this is what you get. 400 grain. 156. So now you saw where the speed range of this bow is. Not too bad. Why is asymmetrical interesting? So I hold the bow here. And as you can see, the middle of the bow is there. So, see, then I have the same string length in both sides. Of course, I knock now a little higher to avoid scratchiness and stuff like this. So the string is already a little longer than here, but not as I showed you last time, when the bow would be symmetrical built. Then you have already the bottom part longer and the upper part shorter, and then you knock higher, then it becomes really a little weird. And this way works a little better. I only wish that your arrow pass would be a little more narrow. My wish, but I hope that my Malta Warrior bow, so even 3 fingers, is really fun. Is really fun with this arrow, with this bow. And accurate. Let's shoot some. Feels better. Overall, you feel it a little with the lightweight arrows, but it's not that annoying. So 30 inches, fine. Now the bow draws a little bit. Oh yeah. You have here a really nice pressure point for your thumb, for your katra. Really nice. Handle is nice. These Sungurs, they have something. I shot a really nice tight group with them. So I like this bow. It's a very interesting bow. I said a little asymmetrical, makes sense. Handle is, look how beefy the handle is. You really can hold it 3 fingers there. Thumb is there. And then you simply push the thumb forward and come with the pinky back, and your katra is natural. What I can't tell you right now is the price of this bow, but what I can tell you is that I paid $59 shipping and another 30 roughly for customs. But I don't know the price. But you will find everything then on the website from Numair Archery. They make really nice stuff. Even if you need some sword or stuff like this, they have a lot of skills and they're nice people. These Sungurs all in one place. Nice. So I'm only not used to knock up and bring the arrow down, but this is the way how Mihai knocks arrow up and then you knock down. I would prefer to knock upwards. Works really well, this bow, really well. You hear it a little, but vibration is gone in 2 seconds. You only feel it a lot in the handle. Not used to bring the arrow down instead of up. Could you shoot Slavic? With this bow, a breeze. Really fun shooter. Ooh. Almost Robin Hooded an arrow. Tight group again. Side katra is not working for me. Forward and side. That's all for this bow. So the official name was again Bhanasphati. I guess you pronounce it like this, version 3. But now they call them Rona bow because of recent historical incidents. It's a pretty bow, so even when you go for a reenactment or something, you know, it looks really, with this whipping here, looks really, has something to it, definitely. Shoots very nice, draw experience is good. You have a little vibration, a little handshake with lightweight arrows, but it's not a problem. I think that 30 inches is kind of where you max this bow out. Feels a little like. For the rest, asymmetrical. Go asymmetrical, huh? Go asymmetrical. Oh yeah, shall I show you a center shot? Sitting and shooting. Does the job, does whatever you want from it. As said, I don't know now the price, but it's a beautiful piece of bow. Nice made, reinforced tips. I'll show you. The reinforced tips, see? Nice, and the sears, they go in here, the limb. Then you have a nice small string breechy here. The sears are very thin, very small, very fragile, very delicate. Then you have the whipping here. You have very thin limbs, fiberglass, and the only very thin layer of wood inside. I'm not sure if you can see it there. Whipping again, handle is then very clunky compared to the whole bow, but it feels very safe in the hand. So even for my big hand, it's just fine. String is nice. Brace side, for my taste, a little low. I wish it would be a little more. You see here the slightly taper going down. Well made bow, can't say anything against it. A little rough finish, but as I said, this is a prototype. I have the honor to test this bow, so I would say it's, first of all, it's a niche because most bow builders nowadays don't build asymmetrical bows. We have a few, Alibo build one. Jackal Archery has this asymmetrical hand bow, which shooting experience, you need to know what you're doing. This one is completely forgiving, so even a beginner is directly capable of shooting this bow. I read once that this asymmetrical is rubbish and I can't shoot an asymmetrical bow. I don't know where the problem is, but even a Yumi Japanese bow is asymmetrical and people are capable of shooting it, so I don't think it's the problem with the bow. This bow works just fine. Of course the limbs bend differently because this limb is a little shorter than this one, and you have to counteract, so this one needs to be a bit stronger, this one needs to be weak, and blah blah blah. It's all good. So, but when you see this bow, looks nice, makes sometimes a bit of noise, so 30 inches I would draw, but not more. Then this bow is really, really, really nice. And I think it's a sturdy one. So in this direction, almost no movement. And here it's medium, so it's even. So, you know, when I do this with other bows, they start wiggling around. This one, it's not wiggling at all. So it's very stiff, very good. Considering to check this one out. Laminated bow by Numair Archery. Prototype as said, but they plan to make this as a series that you can get your hands on it. So I leave the link in the description to Numair Archery, then you can bombard them with your messages that you're interested in this bow, and then he has to build them. That's all. Thank you very much, Numair Archery, for sending this one to me, and thank you very much all for watching. I catch you in the next one as usual. Thank you.